JD.com has to be the most hated stock in the Chinese market. Every other company in the Chinese market has been taking off, like Baba, like PDD, like Baidu. JD.com gets no love. The stock has pretty much gone nowhere since its IPO. It's only up 53% since its IPO. What is going on with JD.com? An analyst just came out and lowered the guidance on JD.com. It's still crashing. What to do with the stock? Guys, you know I'm super bullish on JD.com. I still see a huge future for JD, but let's get into it. The earnings are coming out Thursday. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about why I'm super bullish on JD.com. But first, look what's been happening with JD.com share price, man. 56% max all the way back since 2014. And just look, year to date, down 8% year to date. Look what's been happening with Baidu. Baidu up 60% year to date. Neo up 47% year to date. Baba up 95% year to date. And even Tencent has been up like 60+% year to date. If this goes to show you that there's no love for JD.com, everyone keeps saying it's a dying business. It's not going anywhere. Like, it's just old fashioned because we have Baidu AI and the Neo with the EV. So we see like what's happening in like these companies that don't have these like AI plays are just going nowhere. But if you look at the history of JD.com, since 2016, revenue is up 20%, free cash flow up 32%. 2014 share price $33, 2025 share price $33. Revenue since 2014, 18 billion, 2024, 161 billion. So that just goes to show you that, like, man, even though like you can see the CAGR of revenue and free cash flow, it doesn't guarantee share price gains. And that just goes to show you how investing is a hard sport. Like, just because the revenue has grown, the free cash flow has grown, the business has been getting stronger, it doesn't mean the share price will follow. So investing is a hard game overall. But when we look at what's happening with JD.com, we still have analysts very bearish on the company. So they just downgraded JD.com. The analysts keep being super bearish on JD.com after the share price hasn't gone nowhere. They have it going down to $28 a share ADR. And remember, JD.com, what is it at? $31. So they still see a price decline. So they're saying the trading subsidies are going to go down, and they're seeing the Q4 2025 revenue only expected to go to 5.6%. And they see the new business, the food delivery business, pretty much having a decline on the profit margins and the long-term return on equity. So they're saying how they're getting into new businesses, they're getting into new sectors is going to reduce everything overall long-term. But guys, I'm seeing the complete opposite. So that's why I'm super bullish, because the analyst is saying this, but I'm seeing the opposite of what the analyst is talking about, because I'm looking at what the management has been saying the last quarter, and I believe in what the fundamentals are producing. JD Retail continues to see healthy profitability improvement. JD Retail non-GAAP operating profit increased by 38% year on year, with operating margin at 4.5%, up from the 3.9% in the same period last year, guys. And they're projecting high single-digit profit margins going forward. Like, they're increasing it to 4.5%, and they're seeing this. They believe that they can get it to high single digits. So what the analyst is saying is the opposite of what JD.com is projecting long term, and they have been improving their margins quarter after quarter after quarter. So let's see how this plays out, because yes, the food delivery aspect of the business is draining the cash, but they're seeing this cross-selling. Like, the food business is draining cash, they're spending a lot of money, they're doing a lot of extra stuff, but they're seeing cross-selling into the home appliance, into the electronics, into the supermarket business. So strategically, long-term, this is going to play out for the business. So we have to be able to look 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. We continue to center on users and spare no effort in delivering the best possible user experience. Growth of our quarterly active customers, or the QAC, accelerated notably to over 40% year on year. So customers are coming to the platform. JD Plus members, their shopping frequency grew even faster pace, over 50% year on year. So people who actually have JD memberships are actually using it more often. Remember, this is just the general merchandise. This is not the food delivery. General merchandise business delivered strong performance in the second quarter with revenue up 16% year on year, driven by our supply chain strength. And guys, JD Logistics is their mode. Their logistics network is expanding. It's getting better. They're using more robots, and JD low key is becoming like a JD is becoming like a mechanics like robotic company on the low, and people actually don't realize this. JD is building the world's first smart logistics robot super factory. This is part of its plan to buy 3 million robots, 1 million autonomous vehicles, and 100K drones for its logistics and delivery business, man. So like this is crazy. Like this is what JD.com is doing. So I'm super bullish on JD.com long term, and this is all about robotics. The ATL and GAC released this new EV for 7,000 USD, 500 kilometer range, and this car is actually exclusively on JD.com's platform. So they're working with companies. They're releasing a car, and they're getting the rights to this car pretty much to sell it on just this platform. So JD.com is doing a lot. Alibaba, JD.com claimed big win in single-day sales as consumer spending bounces back, and this happened mid-October. So we're seeing sales climb for JD.com and Alibaba. So while JD.com reported more than 20% increase in the number of shoppers from a year ago, so JD.com's business is still getting strong. JD.com, meanwhile, said more than 17,000 brands on its platform each achieved over 5 times transaction volume growth during its single days campaign compared to last year. So guys, like I keep seeing, everything I'm seeing is like the opposite of what these analysts are projecting and what they're seeing. Maybe they're just like focusing on the next quarter, but I'm thinking long term and like what this is doing for the business long term. And on top of that, we have the China and US just like easing tensions as China starts working with easing rare earth exports rules. So they're working together with China. The easing is coming off, and like the turmoil is coming off. And remember, that has to do with a lot of like stock price selling of JD.com, of Baba. Like everything is coming. All the US investors are like worried about that. Now they're coming back into market. They're buying more shares of JD.com and Alibaba. So long term, they have to work together. Like there's no way around it. So I'm not like worried about the delisting and all that other stuff like I was before. I still feel like there's so much potential here. So guys, like what do you think about what's happening? And I'm just focusing on the business of JD.com. Everything seems like it's going in the right direction with JD.com. We're gonna see coming up this quarter, this week, Thursday, what they're talking about JD.com and how the business is developing. But they're saying they're gonna see profit margins increasing, the business increasing, more sales. Guys, what do you think about JD.com business? Are you buying? Are you selling? I think it's super cheap. I'm super bullish. If you didn't notice, I think JD.com is really worth a buy. Not financial advice, guys. What do you think? Like and subscribe.